I'm gonna say 80, 85 in there. So we'll have to fill up a little bit more often, but all in all, I think this is gonna go pretty quick. Good morning, everybody. It's Matt with Family Tradition Farms. As you can tell behind me, we're flying some cover crop seed on again. Last year we had S&K Aerial Solutions out of Albion, Illinois come over and spread our cover crop seed into our standing corn and soybeans. And it worked so well, we called them up again and said, hey, come back over to Southern Indiana. We're gonna do it again. We have our Scout seed back behind me. Shout out to Cade at scoutseedcompany.com. He was fantastic to work with. He helped me do some special blends. That way I'm compliant with our NRCS, our local requirements for the state, and was fantastic on getting them shipped. We had some shipping issues. He was more than willing to work with me to make sure I got my seed in time. It showed up yesterday. We're flying today. Guys, we're gonna have a heck of a good time out here today. We're gonna show you just how efficient these drones are at applying some cover crop seed.
Good morning, I am Keller Guard. I'm with S&K Aerial Solutions. Today we will be spreading some cover crop seed.
There we go, scoutseedcompany.com. So we're flying two mixes on today. We've got one that's going into the standing corn and one that's going into the standing beans. What's going into the standing beans is what's called our Big League Mix, Indiana, because he special blended this for me in Indiana. We've got oats, hairy vetch, radish, and crimson clover. That is going to be corn next year. So our hairy vetch and our clover, that's going to fix some nitrogen. Radish, that's going to break compaction. Oats, that's going to give us some weed suppression for next year. Awesome mix. I'm really excited to see how that one turns out. Going into our standing corn is our broadacre mix. Again, Indiana, because he special blended this for me. Now we're flying on a northern rye, that's the majority of this, but we also have a purple top turnip, a daikon radish, and a crimson clover. We do have some compaction issues out here on the farm, so that purple top turnip and that radish should help break that compaction. The rye, we had incredible luck this past year on having a really thick cereal rye stand in our soybeans, and then rolling that down got us fantastic weed suppression. Check out that video right up here on how we planted into that. And so we're going to try it again. We're not going near as heavy on the rye as what we did last year as far as on a per acre basis, but I think we should get a better stand. This is northern rye versus the stuff last year was VNS, so variety not stated, and I think we're going to have a much better stand out of this mix than what we did last year. Up there we've got Keller with S&K Aerial Solutions. He's switching out the batteries right now. The way this is going to work, he's going to be up there in that box flying the drone, and he's going to fly all the way around the field, map it, and then he'll come back and land, swap out batteries. He's going to land up there, swap batteries. He's then going to fly down here to the ground. I'm going to dump a bag of seed in, and he's going to take back off. Last year with the rate we were putting out, we were able to do about 50 pounds of seed per every battery, and so it worked out perfectly. He'd land, swap a battery, land down here, dump some seed in, he'd take back off. About a minute and a half, we were back airborne again. So like I said, we do have two different mixes. This pallet here, that's what is going into our standing beans. That's what's going into our standing corn. It's a little mix. I'm gonna get these opened up here, get a couple bags drugged to the back. That way, as soon as he gets everything calibrated, he can come down here and land. We can load up and we can take off. There we go. He just landed. He's going to pop out here, swap out batteries, come land it back down here by me. We'll fill it back up with seed. Now we are able to actually put on 2 bags of seed. That's what the calibration said, was to put 2 bags in. So I'm not sure how much he actually covered. I was too busy getting seed pulled down and staged and bags opened, and he already came back and landed. So this might go faster than I thought. There we go. That took 42 seconds for him to land, swap a battery, and start again. This guy is good. He's gonna set it down right here. We're gonna throw some more seed in it. And he's off. He's gonna fly right over there to the edge of the corn, get lined up on his AB line, turn on the spreader, and take off. That is just too cool. Guys, this is going crazy fast. That fill up there took less than 2.5 minutes. For him to land the drone, swap the batteries, land here, fill with seed, and take back off again. We may get done early today. Again, we got 2 different mixes of seed. We're currently spreading these. Once again, guys, shout out to Scout Seed Company. They're down south of us a little ways, down in the Carolinas, but Cade was more than willing to work with us, help us out on getting a special seed mix put together. He has some awesome knowledge. He's got a guy that works for him named Doug that is just a wealth of knowledge on these cover crops and the potential health benefits and soil benefits of these cover crops and where they shine. So if you guys need cover crop seed, shout out to scoutseedcompany.com right here, scoutseedcompany.com. Tell them I sent you. It's not going to get you anything, but it'll make me feel good. And of course, we have to give a great big shout out to S&K Aerial Solutions, taking agronomy to new heights. There's their phone number, guys, right there. If you need fungicide, cover crops, scouting, heck, they even spray ditches with herbicides so that you guys don't have to walk down through there with a backpack sprayer. They've got 6 of these trucks rigged up just like this. Got your big chemical tanks, massive generator on the back there to charge everything. You got a mix tank there. We got our pilot station up top where he is tinted. He's got all of his controls. Big landing station. Guys, these are the real deal. These guys are out of Albion, Illinois. So if you were in that southern Illinois, Edwards County, White, Wabash area, hit these guys up for all your drone needs. I don't even know where he's at. He's over there somewhere. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's going around the edge of the woods there. Must be doing that endro, spreading all the way around. Now he's probably manually flying that. Well, he'd have to be manually good. He's following that curve on around. Now the cool thing about these drones is you see how he kind of has to slow down a little bit. The spreader adjusts accordingly, automatically. As he slows down, it spreads less. When he speeds back up, it speeds back up and spreads more. So these drones are smart, almost like a prescription rate on your modern day planners. They will make sure that they are putting down exactly what they need to across the entire field. He's probably fixing to gun it, head back here, and get filled back up. Alright, so we got the majority of this field done. That's about 11 acres. Yeah, it took about 25 minutes. That went really fast. He's now going to come over and fly this little 2.5 acre strip. That shouldn't take very long at all, and then we're going to move fields. I don't know if you guys can even hear when the spreader's going, but we're going to get up here closer to the edge of the field. When he comes back through, we'll see if he drops some seed on us. That's awesome. I don't know if I can find any, but yeah, here's some seed down here. Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job spreading. It's gonna be great. He should have this little 2 acre section finished off. Then we're gonna move, jump on over across the ditch and finish up that field. Well, we started over there. We did that corn. We just popped on over here across the lane. We're gonna do this corn over here. That way he doesn't have to change any of the settings on the drone. He's got about a half tank in there. He just swapped batteries. He's gonna come land here. We'll get him filled up. Then he'll take off and go spread. All right, a couple things, guys. Number one, this is not an ideal time to spread seed. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to meet the requirements. Today's the 28th of the month. I have until the 30th to get it spread according to the NRCS regulations once again. So we got to get it spread. Now we got a couple things fighting against us. One, we're incredibly dry. We're over a month without any substantial rain. We're hard, dry, no moisture in the ground. Number two, no rain in the forecast. We are looking at probably 10 days before maybe a chance of rain. But again, we got to get the seed out there. Ideally, we would spread this, have a rain right afterwards to get that seed germinated, but at this point we're kind of stuck. And the beans aren't quite turned as much as we would like, at least in this field. The other field that we have, they are turned, they are perfect, and the corn looks really good for spreading, but right now this bean's not quite exactly what we want. But it is what it is. I think we're going to have good results either way. Okay, that was pretty fast. We are done with the corn. We got all the corn spread over there. We just got the drone switched over to soybeans. Now all that is just telling the computer, hey, we want to spread more pounds per acre over this field, and it takes it from there. The only issue we ran into is the bags are both 50 pounds each mix is. Volume wise, this bags, which was going on the corn, is less volume for 50 pounds than what this is. Oat seed is a lighter seed than rye. In fact, there's some down here. You can see it's a lighter seed, so it physically takes up more volume. So we weren't quite able to get 100 pounds into the drone. We got about, I'm gonna say 80 85 in there. So we'll have to fill up a little bit more often, but all in all, I think this is gonna go pretty quick. Well, it didn't quite make it a full pass. I'm not sure if battery's running low or seed. Looks like it must be battery because I still see seed up in there. So we'll get a new battery dropped in there and go ahead and top it off with seed and send it back out. Alright guys, we're up here in the cockpit of the S&K aerial truck, and the drone is flying itself. You know, tractors have auto steer, drones have autopilot. I don't know if my phone's really picking it up or not, but you can see that it is just, yeah, there we go, that's a new view. So the green is what we've already spread, the yellow is what we need to spread yet. We're cruising right along. You kind of see down here in the corner that we're flying. If there was anything crazy out there, you can see it. You know, if a crazy UFO landed in the field, we'll be able to spot that. Or some cropping circles, you never know. But from up here, you can see he's going to land the drone out here to change batteries. And then he's just going to land it down in the field, and we'll fill it up with seed. So it's out there, it's just going to make its turn and head on back. One thing that's going to be very interesting about spreading cover crop seed into the standing beans like this instead of using a drill is we still have a lot of cereal rye mat down here. I mean, there's still a mat here before it gets down to the ground. Not much, and it's brittle, but it's still there. So it will be interesting to see if by spreading this seed on top, if just the leaves turning yellow and falling and covering them up will be enough to germinate them. Hopefully it is, otherwise we've wasted a lot of money and a lot of time putting a bunch of seed out here for nothing. But we don't know until we try. I did really like how the cereal rye suppressed the weeds, so I'm not entirely sure whether we'll do that again, at least to this level. But if it doesn't work with our cover crop plans, we may have to change some things up. So this is a big trial year. We did get that drill, as you can see in this video here. But I like flying the drones because we've covered twice as many acres in the amount of time that I could have covered half. So it's way more efficient. It is more expensive, but we can also get out here earlier. So there's trade-offs, pros and cons of either method. We'll just have to see what kind of results we get, and we'll know for next year. But I will be able to tell whether the cereal rye impacted it or not, because we still have plenty of seed left. Once we get done with this field that has the cereal rye, we're going to bounce back over. That yellow field's not mine. Bounce back over to the other side to my early planted soybeans that does not have a cereal rye mat. It didn't have much cover crop at all last year. So the seed will make contact with the soil. So if we don't get a good stand out of the field that I'm currently in, I can probably relate that back to the fact of having the cereal rye out here. If we get a decent enough stand that's similar to what's over in the other field, I can say the cereal rye probably didn't affect it too much. Well, I guess I was parked a little close. That's some seed stuck on the windshield wiper. Yeah, this looks a little familiar. We got that big bean field done. We bounced back across the road. That way we can hit the little bean field that's right on the other side of that corn. That way he does not have to fly up and above and around all those power lines. So we got another 13 acres left, and then we'll be done. One more time. There it goes. That should be the last hopper, and then we are done seed and cover crop for our 2025 fall. Shoot, that took us 4 hours. That's crazy fast. Probably worth it. We'll see whenever it germinates. Well, that's it, guys. It took us about 4 hours to get all of our acres broadcast spread. Guys, that probably would have taken me 2 days with the tractor and the drill. Now, the drill definitely would get better germination, and I'd make sure that we had good coverage everywhere. But for time efficiency's sake, there's no comparability there. Now, guys, S&K Aerial, they're going to get the drone folded up, strapped down. They're going to head on back to Illinois. Appreciate you hanging out with me all. If you liked the video, have questions, comments about drones, drop them down below. Once again, shout out to Cade at scoutseedcompany.com. He'll hook you up with all your cover crop seed needs. Appreciate you hanging out with me, guys. Thanks, and y'all have a good one.